Will you look at that? Dents here, along the wall. Someone was trying to bust through.
Let me have a look. I wrap my knuckles along the wall until I find a spot that doesn't sound right. I run my fingertips around the paneling. I find a recess concealed by shadows. The key slides home through a thin layer of plaster. The wall slides back, silent and well-oiled. A passageway opens into the depths. We've found the hidden office. Sneaky bastard.
Hey everybody, Old Man Alchemist back with another raw and wiggling episode in our playthrough of Aether and Iron. Alright, in the last episode I believe we completed the last of the missions for Dreamland, and we're going to go back to the just look at the great stuff we did here. We left it in ruins. Alright, we have to get back to our base and talk to Apollo. Well, I can't repair. Alright, let's go in here. And inventory. I think they're back in my crew. At least I hope so. Let's get another... let's give him that. And let's give her this. Okay. I'm gonna give him... well, wait a second. We should have enough now to do some repairs. Flatbed. Okay, good. And let's see. What are we gonna do with Luca? I think we're trying to get up here so we can get taunt. What did we do? We did these. I think this is what we did with him. Gain 1 AP for every 3 HP missing from max health. We already got counter round. Yeah, I don't think we need that again. Let's get taunt. Let's just keep on. We got 4 more levels. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we can at least get a good taunt out of this. Alright, what are we doing with this here? What is this? When you heal a vehicle applies and it does attack plus 4 AP. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, we unlocked that. Okay. Yeah, 1 more and we're gonna get a nice mass heal out of that. What are we trying to do with Gia? Okay. After we get this, then we'll... I don't know what we're going to work on after that, to tell you the God's honest truth. I'll worry about it later. Everybody's healed, ready to go. Damn, how do I get his thing up? And how do I get her heat down? How come her heat stays noticeable? Ay, ay, ay. Maybe I need to go to my...
I can last one more day.
That's the old stash. We don't need 1,000 of these things. Okay. I don't have anything else here. I was hoping to get some heat knocked off of me, but... Hey, does she have any decent healing kits? Yeah, she's got one or two. Look at these. Thank you, Grandma. Okay. Let's get a couple of these over there to Mr. Luca. Yeah, just carry some stuff, please. All right. Now let's go find out what's going on. Return to the lighthouse, report back to Sam and Apollo.
We arrive back at the hole in the late evening. All I want to do is slope off to a bunk and slide into oblivion for a few hours. But Apollo and Sam want a debrief. It takes a few pots of coffee and some encouragement, but I recount the night's events as best I can. By the time I'm finished, rays of sunlight illuminate the room.
Discuss Mom's fate.
Apollo leans forward in his seat while Sam leans back. Both are equally interested in the fate of their old enemy, but Apollo is eager, while Sam seems almost sad. Marm can't cause any trouble for Dreamland if she's not there. Exile seemed like the best option.
Sweetheart, Marm has killed or ruined more people over the course of her rotten life than we could ever know. How can we just let her leave?
We've done worse than kill her. We've sent her into the wider world with her tail between her legs. Her power broken, her cash in our pockets. Even if she's alive, she can't exactly enjoy her twilight years.
What? Are you kidding? Sam, you know Marm. That wily old fox always has an ace up her sleeve. Who's to say she doesn't show up 5 years from now with a pack of Canadian mercenaries in tow?
Sophie knows better than to trust to luck. I think we can relax and let her handle it.
Okay then. I still don't like it, so I'll have to lump it.
Back up Sam's point of view. I mean, that's why I sent her away. I don't want her here.
I'm angry too, Apollo, but I'm with Sam here. We have people who are hurting. We play the long game, we minimize the damage.
Now why does it sound so much more palatable when it comes from you? Such a charmer.
Alright, discuss Luca's future with the Underground.
Apollo, you've been giving Luca the evil eye ever since we got back. What gives?
Time to put the tiger on the table, eh? Very well. We've got a few questions about him.
Such as?
How committed to the cause is he, really?
He's aces in my book. A good man and a good ally. Don't tell me you suspect him of something underhanded. It's not in his nature.
I just don't want him leaving us in the lurch when his ledgemen call his name.
Gia, you have to understand. Joining the underground is serious business. It's a sacrifice. It means being part of something bigger than yourself and your people.
Luca's an unknown, and we have no room for doubt. I simply don't trust him, darling.
He'll stick around because of the well.
Luca's back is against the wall on this one. If the well isn't closed, Dreamland is heading straight into it. His #1 priority is his people, and his people are in Dreamland.
Darling, I've had spa days longer than you've known Luca. Once he decides Dreamland is out of danger, then what? Luca's an unknown, and we have no room for doubt. I simply don't trust him, darling.
If I were you, Hollywood, I'd start thinking a little less about what he can do for you, and think about what you can do for him.
Really? Why should I stick my neck out on the chopping block for a plug like him?
Between the two of them, Sophie and Luca are in a position to make things harder or easier for the underground. If you try and shut Luca out, you're shooting yourself in the foot.
Yep.
Maybe spread around a little of that movie star charm instead, eh, Apollo?
Okay, point taken. We'll let him in, but he's your responsibility. Got that?
That covers the broad strokes. Let's move on. Nellie, how does the Aether core look? I wouldn't put it past Kilmire to try and swindle us.
Professor Gardner and I have inspected it thoroughly. It's the genuine article, all right. We still need to install and test it, but it should work just fine according to our specifications.
Atta girl. One less power-mad Baron to worry about, and our well solutions well in hand. Get cracking, Doctor. What's next, Sam?
Gia, you've, interacted with a certain Mr. Blanc. We've contracted him to look into the Black Hat after Nellie. He's ready for a meet.
I've worked for him before, sure. I wouldn't say I trust him, but he pays on time and in full. That puts him head and shoulders above most in my racket.
Well, he's insisting on no radio, no courier, and an in-person meet. If he wants things this private, let's hope his info is pure dynamite.
What's your connection to Mr. Blanc?
I'm surprised Blanc agreed to meet. He's not the revolutionary type.
Sure, he's worked for the other team before, but he's discreet, has plenty of reach, and I'm told he stays bought. You hear what happened with Montclair?
The Prince of New York? Claimed to be some kind of old country blue blood, right? Ended badly, if I recall.
Right. Mr. Blanc dug up proof that his bona fides were anything but. Stopped him taking over in the lowers, and gave us the leverage to check the uppers barons who'd done business with him.
Knowing Blanc, I'm sure he came away from that deal with a few extra simoleons, too.
Oh, no doubt he kept the choicest bits of blackmail to himself just to feather his own nest. That's what I'd do.
All right. I'll head to the meet and keep my eyes open. Who knows? Might be nice for me to lead the conversation for once. Besides, I deserve answers about that group Dufresne is working for. I had to let him go back at Coney, which left me with a lot of unanswered questions.
Oh, please make sure to say hello to Mr. Blanc for me. I'm so grateful for his help getting me here.
No problem, sweetheart. If I don't remember, I'm sure Gia will.
Hold on there, Apollo. You're not planning on going to the meet yourself, are you?
Why not? I know the uppers better than anyone here. If anyone can get in to see Mr. Blanc without getting pinched, it's yours truly.
Your famous face might give you away. Let Giovanna and I take care of it.
Look who's talking. You might not be a movie star, but the Rat King is just as well known in the papers as I am. Or don't you think the infamous Iron Hand meeting with an underworld figure will grab headlines?
Well, we're going to the uppers.
Apollo, you're up.
I reluctantly accept this grave duty.
Cute, but this isn't awards night. If you're pinched, It'd be a big setback for the underground. Be careful out there.
Just a quick rendezvous with our mysterious contact, old boy. Right out of a Jarl's picture, am I right?
Don't make me regret this.
Excellent! By the time you two return, we should have the device in good working order. I can't wait to tell the professor.
Okay. Noir at Blanc. Meet Mr. Blanc in Astoria Bay. Alright. Damn, I got 4 heat, man. Come on. What? Where am I supposed to be going? Maybe it's, I can't get into Dreamland. I can't get there. Root Cellar. Astoria Bay. That's the Root Cellar. It's my apartment. Okay, Homeland. How am I supposed to get to Astoria Bay? Oh. All the way over here, okay. Well, helps to look, I guess.
The uppers are another world only vaguely resembling the one I know. The gutters are empty of garbage, the walls free of graffiti. My stomach does a flip-flop. I'm a square peg in a landscape of round holes here.
Don't let the clean streets and pristine buildings fool you. The physical foundations are as good as money can buy, but the moral ones, I wouldn't trust my weight to them.
At least you can actually taste the air in the uppers.
The standard of living in the lowers is determined by whom it benefits most. And those people are living here, not down there.
I check my watch. We should head to the glass cage now. Mr. Blanc won't stick around to wait for us if we're late. I don't know if it's something I pick up in a mirror or the corner of my eye, but I feel a familiar itch between my shoulders. I check, and sure enough, we have a tail on us. Better move, fast.
Oh, damn. I really gotta do something with Luca's morale. Alright, let's save game. We're gonna call it Astoria Bay.
We're being followed. Keep an eye on the mirror. I'm going to try and lose them in traffic.
Alright, let's just try it one more time.
The uppers are another world only vaguely
Don't let the clean streets...
At least you can actually
The standard of living in the lowers is...
I check my watch. We should... I don't know if it's something I pick up in a mirror or the
I
corner of
don't
my
think
eye,
we're gonna lose them.
but I feel a familiar... We're being followed. Keep an eye on the mirror. I'm going to try and lose them in traffic.
Oh, great. Okay, good.
Got it. Make your move, sweetheart.
Starting with a casual lane change, I follow it up with a swerve back into the thick of traffic and across to the opposite end, zipping in and out, accelerating past the crush I'm helping to exacerbate. Hang on. I pull every trick out of the book to lose our tail, weaving in and out of cars, trucks, and street features. I drive like I'm possessed, a grin plastered on my face. It's all so easy. I lose our tail with no trouble. I still feel like we're being watched. Know anyone who would have you followed?
I don't see any flash bulbs, so we can rule out the press. I think this is underground business, darling.
Probably just nerves. The coast looks clear for now. Let's get to the glass cage. Suddenly, a burst of static blares over the radio. I wasn't expecting a call. The even, measured tones of Mr. Blanc's voice are punctuated with hisses of white noise.
Bravo, Silver, the Celtic Flame.
It's an old piece of bootlegging code. Security has been breached and the opposition is armed. He's called out Hugh Street as the new rendezvous. Acknowledged. There is another burst of static and the voice is gone. I pull a quick U-turn and start heading toward Hugh Street. Looks like a change of venue.
I don't like this. You spot a tail, and just a moment later, our contact changes our meeting spot.
What are you getting at?
I'm saying that if it looks like a trap and smells like a trap, it's probably a trap, darling. Even that old bore Shakespeare knew it.
A cold feeling burns in my gut, like a shot of raw bathtub gin. I can't fathom what would make Blanc abandon his plans this way. Whatever his reason, it's serious business.
All right, let's find out what's going on.
Shadows envelop the meeting spot on Hugh Street. A narrow afterthought of an alley leads into a sort of postage stamp courtyard. Only each wall is the looming cold edifice of a modern building. The buildings here cast deep shadows like bottomless pits. My mouth feels sticky and sour. Tastes like dread. I get out of the car. I grip my gun in my pocket like the hand of a childhood crush. It's so quiet out here, my heartbeat is crashing jazz cymbals in my eardrums.
I don't see him. He must have run into trouble.
Try to relax a little, huh? We're early. He's the punctual type. Despite my casual tone, I can't settle down. We must have been here an hour already. I check my watch. It's been barely 5 minutes. When Mr. Blanc suddenly speaks from the shadows, Apollo jolts and quick draws his pistol. My hair is standing on end. The familiar red ember glows from the black shadows of the alleyway.
Relax, Mr. Diamond. Put away the gun and let's talk.
All right, let's see. What is this?
Nothing but darkness within. I guess nobody's paying for overtime tonight. The uppers are different at night. All of that pristine concrete and glass, so shiny and bright in the day, looms like jail cell walls after lights out. The open, starry sky somehow still feels too low, too close. I'm trapped.
That's close enough, Randazzo.
Ah, been a while, old sport. I see you're still playing Mr. Mysterious.
We all have our roles to play.
Beyond the corona of cigarette smoke, I can make out even less of Mr. Blanc's mug than usual. Something's not right here.
12 plus. Wow. Yeah, I've seen it happen, man. Crazy times. Mr. Blanc. You know, it doesn't seem like you can, but sometimes you roll it 2-3 times, and it works. Sometimes the first time. Okay.
That's close enough, Randazzo.
Ah, been a...
We all have our...
Beyond the corona of cigarette smoke.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen.
Everything about this place makes me nervous, uneasy. Probably what Blanc intended in the first place. Was this the plan all along? I've gotta say, I don't love this alley for a face-to-face. Why the outdoor meet?
I have more important things on my mind than undermining your confidence, Randazzo. Use your head.
With painful slowness, I edge closer. The man likes his anonymity, but curiosity moves my feet before I can stop them. The tip of his cigarette flares with light as he takes a long draw. Despite his businesslike tone, his hand is shaking slightly with the effort. His skin looks pale. Is he sweating? You're hurt.
Not another step, Randazzo.
Until today, I would have described Blanc as flawless, if cold. A consummate professional, always in control. Tonight, the cracks are showing. And they're showing that things are wrong. Deeply wrong.
Yeah.
I have the information you paid for.
Spit it out, man. I don't like this place you've chosen.
There is not a safe place in New York. I will be leaving soon. I'd recommend the same for you all.
What's gonna happen to your interest?
Are you serious? What about your network? What about the glass cage?
My enterprises are not your concern.
The ember of Blanc's cigarette shakes in his hands. He takes a long, hungry drag.
All right, what have you learned?
All the more reason for you to cough up the information and get under cover.
Very well. My investigations have led me to a group called the Trust. It is an organization that has existed as long as the field of Aether development. They have more resources than all of the baronies combined.
See, that's Gardner. I bet you that's Professor Gardner. He's with them.
They wield immeasurable influence, fantastic wealth, and they hold sway over each and every baron in New York. They have stayed secret thus far by suborning, bribing, or killing any who have dared to challenge them.
That sounds ridiculous. Are you putting me on? As soon as the words escape my mouth, I know he's dead serious. But it's too ludicrous to fathom. I can't seem to fully catch my breath.
Ignore them at your peril. It would appear you have stepped into the deep end without realizing it, Randazzo. And you've dragged the rest of us along with you.
Who are the Trust?
Okay. Let's say that there really is a shadowy organization secretly pulling the strings in the city. Sounds far-fetched to me. What's their purpose?
Just as in every other period in human history, those who already hold wealth and influence often wish to keep it to themselves. All in the name of the greater good, naturally.
And enriching their pet politicians and scientists, no doubt.
The smallest fraction of their holdings would sate the avarice of any public servant or investigator.
If these people are so all-knowing and all-powerful, why bother with Nellie? They could just discredit her, ruin her rep.
I provide information, not conjecture. They are simply opposed to Reinhardt's presence here.
If they're so powerful, why haven't they succeeded yet?
Perhaps you're the wrench in their works, Randazzo.
Are the Trust the ones responsible for spreading Red Aether technology? The rally in White Street looms, the carbonized stink of human ashes filling my nostrils. My gut lurches as I watch Kilmeyer's Island crash into dreamland. I shiver involuntarily. This is madness.
That's... insane. Evil. All those deaths for what?
For power, for control, for short-term gain. Who knows what drives the minds of the barons? Each has their own strength and their own weakness.
I knew it. I need to have a word with Jono about who offered him those guns. It's a cinch they wanted us to help up the stakes.
Where's your proof?
The pieces all fit, but it still sounds so far-fetched.
Those vultures, those... villains. We still need to see your proof, Blanc, but damn me if it doesn't ring true. How else could all of this happen so quickly?
I have proof, yes. Circumstances beyond my control brought me here before I had time to collect it.
Mm-hmm.
Circumstances beyond your control? We're sticking our necks out here. Do we look like suckers to you?
We're professionals, and we've worked with Mr. Blanc here before. If the goods aren't here, we just have to go get them, right?
Just so, Randazzo.
Mr. Blanc reaches into his breast pocket slowly. His motion hitches, and despite his iron demeanor, he can't help but grimace in pain.
The proof. It is in my office. I will let...
Mr. Blanc's mouth hangs slack as a thunderous gunshot blows a hole the size of a silver dollar through his smoking jacket. He falls to his knees, jaw working soundlessly. I'll never know his last words. Fallen from his mouth, his final cigarette sits in an ever-widening pool of crimson. The flares of light from the blooms of gun barrels illuminate the alley in an insane strobe. I don't even have time to scream. Mr. Blanc is clutching something in his still hand. Desperate, I lunge forward and pry it from his claw-like fingers as bullets whiz and ricochet all around me. It's a heavy brass key. Get the damn car! I clutch the key like a talisman and throw myself to the ground, presenting as small a target as possible. Miraculously, none of the shots hit me, but it's only a matter of time.
Gia, get in!
Damn. Let's see, what do we have? 3, total of 2. This gives us a total of 3. Both are hard, but this gives me 27%. Alright, so we're gonna say car dive, I guess.
The last thing these creeps expect will be a counterattack. I duck into the alley's shadow, buying me a couple of seconds to draw and fire in a fusillade. It keeps them honest long enough for me to reach the safety of my car. The driver floors it, but I scramble behind the wheel. Now's not the time for politeness.
How do I... 6 heat? How do I...
Keep driving until I tell you to turn.
You know this place?
Had a fan who, enjoyed my company. Turn, now!
This is it. We need to lose or blast our pursuers before their reinforcements can show up on the scene.
We're in for it. They're gaining on us.
Don't lose your head. Let's outmaneuver them.
Okay, who are we? Assassin, assassin, assassin. Mysterious assassin. Okay. Bystander. This guy's just in the way completely. Sorry, old boy. I tell you, these things just don't seem to do enough damage, if you ask me. This guy's in the way. God damn it. Sorry, dude.
My insurance don't cover this kind of monkey business.
Let's empower you. And heal you. All right, Luca. Oh, this is front, isn't it? No, that's not front. Damn, that was kind of harsh. Yeah, you... Damn it, their reinforcements have come. I gotta wait around for that. Ay, 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 ay. have any other...
Not my finest hour.
I hope we live through this. Uh-oh. Luke is okay. Okay, Gia. Damn it, I killed myself. Ain't that a mother? Restart encounter.
This is it. We need to lose or blast our pursuers before...
We're in for it. They're gaining...
Don't lose your head. Let's outmaneuver...
Okay. One does 3 Aether damage, that does 2. Let's just all concentrate on this guy.
Balls of fire! My transmission!
That guy's kind of sturdy. Not enough AP. I hope I'm out of the, yeah, it looks like I am. Trying to get rid of one of these guys.
good.
Wait a second. Oh, I think that hurt both of them. That's nice. Right up there. Cress. Come here. Do an all heal. That's right, baby. That's right. Oh, jeez. I'm only gonna have two. Damn it. Okay. Bye-bye. He's gone. This guy really hits hard. I mean, how do you have so many? Okay. No, please don't die, Gia. That's it. Damn it. Damn it. Damn it.
This is it. We need to lose or blast.
We're in for it. They're gaining.
Don't lose your head. Let's out.
Who is this? 1919. This is who we wanna. That was a mistake. Okay, Cress.
Oh, applesauce! Look what you done to my fenders!
Let's empower you. I can't use that right now, can I? Let's go ahead and heal her. Get you up here. Luca. Oh, that's not good. They're really trying to tear Cress up. Damn, I still have a thing to go with that. I really wish I had another gun. just got hurt. He's gone. Come on, Randazzo, stay alive. Gia's turn. Damn, this. I don't want to jump on that. That's only going to do 4 anyway. Okay. Oh, Luca. Shoot. Damn, I got Gia on. She might live through that. Okay. think that's
I
it.
can hear more of their souped-up cars in the distance, racing towards us. We're out of time.
I thought we won.
They've got reinforcements coming, Apollo. Where's that exit?
Now! Turn now!
Okay. I was like, come on now. Oh, this is what I had wanted. Dispenses an electromagnetic mine behind the vehicle, damaging and applying projectile vulnerability to affected vehicles. This is going to help with the light weapons. Very, very nice. Don't need that. Definitely need that. Okay. Crest is taking that. Okay.
Apollo guides me through off-path alleyways and back roads, past checkpoints that would normally stop me cold, massaging their suspicion with his movie star looks and palaver. The key in my pocket feels incredibly heavy. I'm still thinking about it when the sounds of pursuit fade away into silent night.
Well, this is just beautiful, isn't it? Our informant's dead, a secret organization has us on its hit list, and what do we have to show for it? Bubkiss, that's what.
We're not sunk just yet. He gave me this. I'm guessing this unlocks something in Mr. Blanc's office at the glass cage.
It's a risk, but it's our only option. Maybe we can beat them to it.
Go to the glass cage. Got that key. And,
We have to watch our step as we enter what was once one of the ritziest hotspots in the uppers. Wind whistles through the shattered glass floor. Glass crunches under every footfall. This place was stripped. Whoever did this wanted to find Mr. Blanc's secrets, but the anger they left behind is evident. My heart lurches with hope. Did they do this out of frustration? Maybe they didn't find what they were after. If they'd found what they were looking for, they wouldn't have used a wrecking ball on the place. Spread out. Make it quick.
Blanc's office is probably hidden somewhere around here. Let's hope we can find it.
We need to hurry. They probably left someone to stake the place out, which means they'll be coming in as soon as they report in for backup.
alright, first of all, vehicles. What is this? This is 8. That's 12. Yeah. Okay. We're doing a
A
little
spider
better.
web of widening cracks lead to an enormous hole smashed in the floor. Oddly fitting for a lair built on secrets, though I doubt Mr. Blanc would appreciate the parallel. The bar is a complete loss. I've seen this place weather brawls, gunfights, and even a fallen chandelier, but it's beyond repair now. It's been completely stripped, every panel smashed open. This is a dead end. I've been in front of this bar enough times that seeing it ransacked freezes my veins. Maybe there's something of value left in all that wreckage, but it does feel like grave robbing.
Alright, let's look for a hidden compartment, but first let's save. And we're going to call it Glass Cage. I don't remember the actual name of the place, but that's good enough. It's glass something or other. Damn, we got a lot of heat on us. Let's try that again.
I've been in front of this bar enough times that seeing it ransacked.
That's not going to do it. Need a 12. I thought I rolled a 12. That's strange.
I've been in front of this bar enough times that seeing it...
12 plus. 12. There we go. Okay.
I remember that Mr. Blanc always kept a bottle of expensive brandy on hand in case he had to placate a rich patron. Now, where would he have kept it? I scan the bar and notice a discreet hinge on one of the panels. I crouch down and feel around for a latch. The compartment pops open with a satisfying click, and I'm treated to an elegant bottle of warm amber nectar.
Well, we'll take that. I don't know. Yeah, I can match book. Okay. What do we got
The
here?
wall behind the bar is riddled with buckshot. A series of shotgun blasts tore through the expensive bottles like tissue paper. I hope Morgan wasn't working tonight.
Yeah, I hope he wasn't working either.
Mr. Blanc's booth hasn't escaped the carnage either. I look across its burst upholstery, the smashed table.
Will you look at that? Dents here, along the wall. Someone was trying to bust through.
Let me have a look. I wrap my knuckles along the wall until I find a spot that doesn't sound right. I run my fingertips around the paneling. I find a recess concealed by shadows. The key slides home through a thin layer of plaster. The wall slides back, silent and well-oiled. A passageway opens into the depths. We've found the hidden office. Sneaky bastard.
Seems to me like his paranoia was justified. Ladies first, I insist.
Okay, yeah, you punk ass bitch. Oh, man. Look at
As we
this
enter,
place.
I flip a switch on the inside of the hallway. The wall behind us closes as the room lights up. It's quiet in here. Blanc must have had it soundproofed. We're safe in here. For now. Something in this room is worth killing and dying for. Knowing that makes this more like a personal mausoleum than a study. This is clearly where Blanc spent most of his time, among the memories of a secret life.
Okay, let's see.
Mr. Blanc's private arsenal. The weapons here tell stories of warfare, of clandestine affairs, of time spent in Germany, the Americas, the Congo. Blanc either had connections, or his hands were soaked with blood. This shelf houses various fangs and paws from exotic animals. A series of scorched stones labeled Great War are also shelved here, each of them dated. There are a few empty spots.
If this ever gets out, there'd be a screenplay in no time.
You ready to play a man of mystery like Mr. Blanc? Could broaden your profile with the masses.
And relegate this gorgeous mug to scenes half filled with shadows? Hardly. There's a reason they call this the moneymaker, you know. You don't cover fine art with a sheet when it's on display, Gia.
You are so full of it.
He sure is.
This shelf and the shelf behind it are crammed full of files. Each file contains information on a different New York VIP. Blanc was sitting on a cache of solid gold, or pure gelignite, depending on your view. There are enough names listed here to fill a city block. I don't have time to go through all of them. I had better stick to names I recognize, or I'll be here all night.
Look for underground
Mr.
names.
Blanc was willing to work with Apollo, Sam, and the rest of us, so he must have checked us out thoroughly. I want to see what he knows.
Wow.
Samuel Ironhand Lowe, born and raised an Aether rat. Once attempted to separate himself from his youthful origins before the Terriers put an end to his plans. Took control of the fading Undercity League. Deft negotiation work found success in multiple baronies. Close, but secretive association with Apollo Diamond. Potential value. Master negotiator. Engenders trust. Exacting nature with an eye for detail. Exploitable weakness. Overly sentimental. Will do anything for the rats. Alcoholic. Apollo Diamond. Born Moish Zachariah Diamond to a tailor and a library assistant in the Lowers. Maintains a public persona as an affluent and charming man about town, film star, and philanthropist. A carefully constructed front, built after years of struggle in local theater and print advertisement. It was Moish's agent who suggested burying his Jewish origins and taking his working name. After his big break starring in the successful war serial About Face, Diamond took advantage of his newfound fame to expand his repertoire. During his rise, began a second career as an urban resistance fighter. Potential value. Communique smuggling to other islands. Access to information on resistance cells. Exploitable weakness. Bravado. Diamond can be goaded into rash action if he feels it is in character.
Usually I enjoy reading my own press, but that sure ended on a depressing note. I think I've heard enough from Mr. Blanc for now.
Alright, Nelly.
Mr. Blanc's file on Nellie is slim, although it doesn't take long to find out why.
Scientific prodigy. Fast-tracked into the Helicline Institute at 16. Most probably by members of the Trust. Connected to the Trust's development of Red Aether. Trusted Fellow by 19. Honorary doctorate from NYU. Reinhardt has reached out to me about a clandestine job of some sort. I must remember to update my file on her once I learn more.
It appears there was more here, but it's been removed, and a bookmark placed here. Interesting.
Okay, Chris.
Cress Carter, expert mechanic. Free home of origin unclear. Lost an arm while saving an engineer during a disaster in her youth. Parents took on her contract debt, allowing her to leave. Known associate of both Samuel Ironhand Lowe and Apollo Diamond. Has been seen of late in the company of Gia H-Shot Randazzo. Gifted mechanic with limited capabilities in clandestine operations. Potential value. Illegal vehicle customizations. Superficial interactions with Aether rats. Exploitable weakness. Guilt at having survived and being a burden on her parents.
Creep really thought he had me pigeonholed, huh? My life is not that cut and dried.
Of course it isn't. This is all one guy's perspective.
Okay, Sophie.
Right-hand woman to Magdalene Weiss and former leader of the Dreamland Does. Currently acting as Dreamland liaison to the Underground. Very much Marm's creature up until her defection. Psychologically fascinating. Sulzer believes that she is independent and strong, and cannot see that Weiss has molded her into her own image. Sulzer's rise through the ranks accelerated after foiling an attempt on Weiss's life. Despite rumbling that she was in on the assassination attempt, Sulzer's stock only rose in Weiss's eyes. It remains to be seen if Sulzer will actually make any waves under her own power. Many, including her former Doe sisters, are waiting to see if she is truly capable on her own. Potential value. Information on Does. Leverage against Killmeyer. Access to Weiss's remaining Dreamland assets. Exploitable weakness. Vanity. Can be controlled by questioning the validity of her reputation.
And Luca.
Luca Mazzi, leader of Dreamland's Legion, is a man who has never realized his capabilities. Stuck in a loop of guilt and shame over the death of his brother Marco, he holds a powerful urge to self-flagellate. Often gets in his own way, simple-mindedly prioritizing the general welfare of his people over any agenda that might affect meaningful change. Believes he is upholding his brother's legacy. Ironically, though loath to put his people at risk, seems to favor the block-with-your-face style of street fighting in the boxing ring. Can weather a great deal of physical punishment. Potential value. Support against Dreamland Does. Transportation of bulk goods. Information on shipping schedules. Exploitable weakness. Caretaker. A threat to the Legion, real or invented, can tie him up indefinitely.
I know it's wrong to speak ill of the dead, but I wish the guy was right here so I could loosen a few teeth for him.
Well, didn't I look at my name?
Seized by my desire to see Mr. Blanc's true opinion of me, I decide to search out my own name. I'm surprised to see that my file is part of a larger folder, including files on my Zio and needles.
Giovanna Randazzo, infamously known as H-Shot Randazzo. An interesting study. Despite a semi-larcenous choice of career, she displays a curious flexibility of mind. Seems to approach every challenge with a fresh set of solutions, alternately opting between using force, wits, or trusting to her skills. May prove to be a viable partner as I contemplate retirement. Conduct embraces a wide spectrum. Murdered John Valentine in cold blood after the death of her uncle, but also regularly gives succor to the marginalized and performs other selfless acts. Recent endeavors include her role in bringing down Elijah Tellingast and masterminding the Pandemonium heist alongside a loose confederation of newly made associates. Potential value. Possible partnership in future after I am satisfied of her mettle. Once she finally comes to terms with the loss of her uncle, will become either a danger or an inestimable resource. Exploitable weakness. Shaky morality. Has selected a life of apathy against her own better instincts following the shock of her uncle's death. Vulnerable to manipulations toward egotism or altruism.
I ball my fists and lean against the shelf, taking care to breathe deeply for nearly a full minute. I can't tell if Mr. Blanc's profile on me is groundless speculation or not. I wait for my hands to stop shaking. It takes a while.
If it got that response out of you, it wasn't groundless speculation.
The file on my Uncle Alfonso is older than the others. The paper's slightly yellowed. Still, my curiosity gets the better of me.
I first dealt with Alfonso Randazzo following my return to the city in the turbulent days following the disaster. The lockdowns around the city provided ample opportunities for an experienced smuggler. Despite his death at the hands of the ham-handed John Valentine, his lessons regarding professionalism and honor were taken to heart by his niece, Giovanna, so his life was not spent in vain.
There's one final page in the file outlining my Zio's strengths and weaknesses. It has presumably been kept there for the purposes of thoroughness. It's older and more faded than the rest of the file.
Potential value. Established smuggling channels throughout the city, made dependable by an unimpeachable code of honor, forgotten by many in the current day. Exploitable weakness. Honor. Randazzo matured during a period when honor still existed among thieves. In this era of power-mad barons and ruthless sycophants, he cannot hope to exist for long.
I can hardly swallow past the lump in my throat. I knew my uncle was too honorable for this world, but for someone else to see it so clearly, to confirm that idea, opens up that wound just a little bit.
Peter Portnoy, born Piotr Portnoy, known on the street as Needles. A small-time smuggler working out of White Street's Raymond district. Ex-partner, romantic, possibly, of Gia H-Shot Randazzo. Textile specialist. Portnoy was involved in the caper that claimed the life of Alfonso Randazzo, incurring lasting injuries from the job along the way. This job provided the friction point that ended his partnership with Gia Randazzo.
Even after all this time, it stings.
In recent days, Portnoy has been smuggling in and out of White Street, before and after the advent of the Civil War. Made a great score in the Hogmanay Hall job. See file. Usefulness. Specific jobs involving textile manufacture or fashion. Exploitable weakness. Gia Randazzo. The man fosters both love and hate for his ex-partner. Using her against him would provide leverage.
Maybe he hates me, but at least he's still alive.
Peter Portnoy, born Piotr Portnoy.
Didn't I?
Known on the street as Needles, Portnoy was involved in the caper that claimed the life of Alfonso Randazzo, incurring lasting injuries from the job along the way. Giovanna Randazzo,
Oh shit, I keep
infamously
hitting the
known,
wrong
seems
thing.
to approach every challenge with conduct embraces a wide. Recent endeavors include her role in bringing down
Okay,
Elijah
return to
Tellingast
files,
and
return
masterminding
to
the
self.
Pandemonium heist alongside a loose confederation of newly made associates.
Let's look for Baron names. Wow.
Eli Tillingast, a man of conviction and tragedy. His reputation as a bloodthirsty warrior is unimpeachable. His destruction of the Ferdinand Mill spelled doom for the boroughs. Decline came quickly after the Water Waste War. Tillingast choked on the administration of his own hard-won spoils. A maddening end for a man of action, leading him to his own dependence and death by Red Aether. Following Tillingast's demise at the hands of Gia Randazzo, White Street is embroiled in internecine conflict. With Lutzko and other loyalists still remaining, it appears the Old Guard is on top. For now.
Unlike the rest of the file, I also see a hastily handwritten note on scratch paper attached. An afterthought?
E.T. contacted by OP after Santa Anita bombing. Red A appeared in E.T.'s hands soon after. No coincidence.
So who's OP? I don't know.
Magdalene Weiss, aka Marm, is a name synonymous with Dreamland. It would actually be far quicker to name the criminal enterprises she did not have a hand in than the reverse. Growing her own gang, the Does, into an unstoppable force, Weiss has since gone on to rule Dreamland with an iron fist. Yet, in her dotage, Weiss grew obsessed with control, causing unease in her ranks. A recent plot headed by Gia Randazzo and associates, in conjunction with Sophie Sulter and the Does, ousted Weiss from her Dreamland throne. Weiss, exiled from the city she loved so well, is currently regrouping in Canada, carried by offshore caches under her control. Sulzer has her under clandestine observation.
A hastily written note on the back of a torn-out ledger sheet sticks out. It's cryptic, but I think I get the gist of it.
MW contacted by OP shortly after Pandemonium Blaze. Red Aether appeared soon thereafter. A pattern is emerging.
Okay, I don't know who OP is.
Millard Meeks, aka the Glass Baron of Astoria Bay, knows better than to interfere with my operations here or elsewhere. The deal we have worked out benefits us both, and he is just intelligent enough to honor our pact of mutual ignorance. I have observed the letter of our agreement and hidden away my material outlining his child's parentage, as well as the source of the glass fortune. In the event of my death or forced exile resulting from his defaulting on our contract, the material is concealed within the oversized painting of the Baron in the Great Hall of the Glass Mansion, within the frame itself. When viewed under black light, the text etched in silver chloride ink reveals a series of account numbers to offshore banks. Any competent forensic accountant will find his holdings to be less than legitimate.
Boy, he's ready to do some harm. Hide it in plain sight.
Beatrix Wilcox, the so-called Baroness of the Black Tales. My own personal history with this woman, this savior, avenger, and monster, is painful to recount. Yet recount it I must. Information is information.
The rest of the entry has been recorded in a cipher, and I can't find a code key anywhere. It looks as though Mr. Blanc has hidden Wilcox's secrets from everyone except himself.
Alright, copy down information for later.
This shelf is identical to the others, save for a single book sticking out almost 1.5 inches from the others. It bothers me. I don't believe the fastidious Mr. Blanc would leave such an imperfection in his lair. Instinctively, I start pulling books out of the shelf, letting them spill to the ground higgledy-piggledy. Recessed into the back of the shelf, I find a hidden safe.
Okay.
The safe has a combination lock with a backup keyhole. It looks much like Mr. Blanc himself, implacable in its flawlessness. It's a tough old bastard.
All right, let's see if we can do this. We got a 58%. We're going to call it crack safe. And hope we get it.
I look around and seize upon his wall of weapons. A minute later, I have a needle-sharp poniard in hand. I couldn't ask for a better makeshift lockpick. With a slow exhalation and a crack of the knuckles, I set to work. It isn't easy, but I finagle the tumblers into place one at a time until the safe pops open with the faintest hiss. I did it. With slightly shaking fingers, I pry open the lid of the safe like a pirate's treasure. Only instead of rubies or doubloons, this safe is stuffed with files. Mr. Blanc's most secret stash. Got it.
Great. Pass it over. Let's get to work.
I pull out the stack of files with both hands and fan them out over the desk. What we're holding here is pure dynamite.
There's got to be a file in here about Red Aether. That stuff keeps popping up. I bet Blanc knew something.
Search top folders.
I'm cycling through file folders when my eyes are drawn to a file labeled Tobias Dufresne. Finally, some answers.
Tobias Dufresne, the Hanged Man. Beatrix Wilcox's old hunting dog. I never had to go up against him, thankfully. Retirement didn't agree with this former blacktail, and he made it known in no uncertain terms. Dufresne's history is one that remains hidden. Every informant, every spy I sent to ferret out his secrets, met a bloody end. After the 5th such attempt, Dufresne himself was waiting for me, in my private booth. Dufresne poured me a tumbler of whiskey, and recounted for me the details of what has come to be known as the Night of the Underline Revenant. It was more confession than conversation. I dare not recount the details of his rampage, but the broad strokes. After being asked to perform a job that went against his code, he was hung by his neck from the tow line of an island and left for dead. 3 days later, he boarded a ferry off the island, carrying a sack filled with the tongues of every underboss who voted for his sentence of death. The Baron himself was left hanging from that same tow line.
Wow.
I suspect that the Trust aided Dufresne in his quest of vengeance to acquire his allegiance. He never revealed why he sought me out, but I read between the lines. He was warning me to stay out of his affairs.
I paused to reflect. I don't know whether or not I would have taken the Trust's aid and pledged to them if they had helped me with my own revenge after Valentine's murder. If it weren't for my friends, I might have. A few more folders in, I spy Nellie's name, as well as the name Olympus Park. Maybe the gaps in Nellie's file can be filled in here?
Receiving a hand-delivered note from anyone in the Heights is unusual enough. But to receive a note from Reinhardt, a rising star in Olympus Park, was quite shocking. Even I have few contacts within the Heights. In the note, Reinhardt mentioned to me that her life was in danger, and she believed the bombing of Olympus Park was specifically done to halt her research. I immediately started my own investigation. While I have few agents in the Heights, the Trust has them everywhere. I was able to get the information I needed through some unusual methods. It was from these arrangements that I was able to acquire a rubbing of a special seal. I believe it to be the secret seal of the Trust. It must not be shown to anyone, as its value as an identifier is irreplaceable.
I look over the carbon copy, paying attention to the indicated seal. I know I've seen it before somewhere, but I can't place when or where. I stare at it until it's burned into my memory. If Mr. Blanc says to keep it secret, it's likely a secret worth killing over. My hackles raise. For all I know, he was shot over this rubbing. I quickly hide the file from the others. After my examination of the top and bottom 2/3 of the pile, I settle down to flip through the middle portion. I go through one by one before I finally find the record I'm after. The dissemination of red Aether.
The red Aether events in White Street and Dreamland were far too close together for me to consider them accidental leaks. My informants across the baronies, once told what to look for, produced proof of more. Every barony bribed with red Aether held the following traits in common. They were all located in the lowers, and every one was granted red Aether following an action that destabilized the lowers. Further analysis revealed that the relationship between the Trust and the lowers barons goes back decades, to the founding of each barony. The Trust has been king-making for decades.
A chill runs down my spine. I'm way in over my head here. Every lowers baron who has emerged as an unassailable iron fist has done so for this shadow cabal? The strings pulled here are so far above me that I can't even see them. How does a group have this much control over the barons? How many Elis and Marms had the Trust created? I've got what we're after. The evidence we need. The Trust supplied White Street, Dreamland, and others with red Aether. Maybe Nellie can help us make sense of this.
This is just what we were after. Let me have a look.
I square up the pile and shove it over to Apollo, who starts leafing through it after reading the summary. A few pages in, his eyes cloud over. I recognize that pensive look. Apollo?
It all sounded so simple at the start. But it never ends. For every wrong we right, for every tyrant we stop, another takes their place. Where does it end? How many enemies are there?
It doesn't change anything, man. We gotta do what we gotta do.
Apollo, this doesn't really change anything. You were always for the underdog, weren't you? How has anything really changed? All that's really happened here is that you have a clearer picture of what your adversaries have in motion. It feels daunting.
Calling me out, eh? You're right. No doubt about it, absolutely right. This is just what I signed up for, and it's too big to ignore. Let's see if we can kick some teeth in.
Well, yeah, that voiceover got kinda... All that's really happened here is that you have a clearer picture of what your adversaries have in motion. It feels daunting, but guess what? They've given you a clear picture of what they are. Now we find their weakness.
All right. We've got what we're after. Let's grab what we can and move out. We'll have plenty to talk about when we get back to headquarters.
We've accomplished what we set out to do. Time to get back to the hole.
Hey, I guess I'm done. Damn, they didn't even let me come back here. I mean, they just were like, nope, we're taking you. You ain't driving anywhere. I guess you can't drive anywhere. It's all locked off, so. Yeah, the Trust. Yeah. Life is both simpler and more complicated than it seems sometimes when it feels like there must be some group of evil tycoons pulling the strings. That's because there is. In New York City, everything from the road you walk on to the air you breathe is a resource to fight over, a commodity to be bought and sold. The group holding the purse strings is a shadowy cabal of the city's most ruthless power brokers known only as the Trust. While the identities of its members remain a mystery, their coffers seem bottomless and their agents act with impunity, violating any baron's sovereignty and any person's rights. They aren't the first organization to decide life might be better with fewer people in charge, and they probably won't be the last. Yeah, well, that's true. I know how People's is. Okay, so we got 3 of 3. The Heights incident. Whoever set those charges knew exactly what they were doing. Just what were they researching up there? Okay, that's the bombing of the Heights. We got 6 of those. We don't have... whatever there's missing there. We missed something in Dreamland. I don't know what. But Dreamland's closed. Yeah. Shucks and wazoo, isn't that a mother, man? Dreamland, 9 of 10. I missed one guy in Dreamland. I don't know what I missed. Well, not going to get it now, that's for sure. Okay, report back to the underground.
We arrive back at the lighthouse just before sunrise. My adrenaline and nerve have both bottomed out completely. I find a bunk to crash in and sleep for almost 14 hours. We all meet up later that evening to discuss our findings. Getting everyone up to speed on the information Mr. Blanc provided us proves no easy task. The Trust, Dufresne, the Red Aether, everything.
Poor Mr. Blanc. He was so very gallant. Even knowing assassins were after him, he stayed to the end to finish his work. To help us.
That's a nice way to look at it, Nellie.
Perhaps your bravery in fleeing the Trust inspired him to act bravely as well.
Nellie, here is the file Mr. Blanc had on Red Aether. This is what we were after. Why don't you take a good look at it and let us know what you find? I hand Nellie the file. Gradually, the lines of sorrow fade from her unlined face as she becomes embroiled in the work, her analytical mind giving context to the raw information we couldn't absorb. Just as quickly, her pensive face turns to one of shock and alarm. She slams the file down on the table. She moves with such sharp shock that Apollo and I grab for our guns instinctively.
This is monstrous. Unbelievable. Gia, this is why the well has been growing. It's worse than we ever could have imagined.
Nellie, focus. What is it you're trying to say? What's happening?
It's the spread and concentration of the energy, to be exact. Aether affects the atmosphere, you see. Usually, proper refinement removes the harmful effects, by and large. If it didn't, the city would have been torn out of the sky years ago. Even General Eli's weapon, on its own, should barely have an impact. But with multiple baronies using Red Aether, the effects are multiplied exponentially. The energies are tearing the well open day by day. It's like throwing gasoline over a fire.
Alright, why does someone want to spread Red Aether?
If Red Aether is so dangerous, why spread it? If the Trust has a good thing going influencing the lowers, why are they intentionally feeding the well?
That's what's so alarming. It makes no sense at all. I can't make heads or tails of why someone would do such a thing so deliberately. Why be so reckless? Are they trying to destroy the lowers?
Okay. Let's go ahead and save. Why destroy lowers? Come on, 12.
Something is nagging at my memory. I tune Nellie out as I search for a scrap of information. Something I heard or saw earlier in the evening. I suddenly remember something Mr. Blanc said to us in the alley before the attack. Something about the Trust and their moves against Nellie.
This organization knows just how to push the Barons. They've been battling over the Trust's scraps for decades. Why would they stop now?
Maybe they are. Maybe they want the Barons to destroy each other.
But why?
All those people.
I don't know. We're still missing something. But some of it feels right. They want the lowers too focused on one another to stop whatever's coming.
Whatever the case, If there are more baronies with red Aether than we thought, we're running out of time.
Okay then. How much time do we need to buy you before the device is ready to roll out?
Oh, the device is ready. The issue is one of proximity. In order to fix as much of the well as possible, to really complete the job, we need to move closer. In actual fact...
Nellie pauses as she rolls her eyes skyward, mumbling math under her breath.
Yes. For best results, we will have to travel within the well itself. Extremely dangerous, yes, but also necessary.
A sudden flash from the window blinds us all with white light. I pull my gun, but the spots in my eyes keep me from finding a target.
Uh-oh.
By the time I'm seeing anything but spots, whoever was at the window is long gone. I strain my ears and hear rapid footsteps fading away into the distance.
Get them!
Catch the intruder. Search the...
Apollo is the first out the door. My feet pound asphalt in an all-out sprint when I run headlong into Cress.
Whoa, 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 where's the fire? I just saw Apollo taking off like a bat out of hell. Mind telling me what's going on?
No time, Cress. Someone spied on the meeting. Some guy with a camera. Gotta stop him.
Go then. I'll let the others know.
I dash off, but I can hear Cress call out to me before I'm out of earshot.
There are only so many places he can go, Gia. We'll get him.
Okay, first place.
As I approach the ferry, I recognize Mr. Throg. In his grip is my quarry, held by the scruff of the neck. The kid has a camera on a strap and a notepad sticking out of his pocket.
Hey, hands off, Charlie!
Nobody on the ferry that I don't recognize. Rules.
Aw, come on, Chief. I need to lay low. I've got some toughies after me.
Who do we have here?
A stowaway.
Hey, I got a name. It's Benny. Benny Castellano. My friends call me Big Mouth.
Big Mouth, huh? Should I have heard of you?
Maybe you read my byline. I'm a reporter for the Midtown Crier, and you got no right to keep out the press.
It's just a kid, maybe 110 soaking wet, and I bet my back teeth not more than 15 years old. If he has pictures, though, we might be sunk. How should I play this?
Oh my god, near impossible, near impossible. Drag him back.
Fine, Benny. Have it your way. You don't want to talk here? We'll go somewhere a little quieter. You're not leaving the island until you make with some answers.
You're wasting your breath, doll. I don't care if you got thumb screws and a blowtorch. I ain't giving up my scoop.
Damn it. After dealing with this trust malarkey, I'm in no mood for this. I'll take it from here. All right, march, Benny. You're coming with me. We're going to have a talk.
Why should I go with you?
Because this is the only way off the island for you. And there are much more dangerous people than me out there looking to put the kibosh on your story and the reporter behind it. Bet on it.
No promises. Understand?
Okay.
Benny sits under the lights, fearless with the energy of youth. I envy him that. Sam, Apollo, Nellie, Cress, and I take turns interrogating the kid.
So I lean hard on a few stoolies and find out about this rinky-dink excuse for a resistance group who the lower barons keep tripping over and eating dirt for their trouble. I figure you guys for a bunch of amateurs, and sure enough, some guys around town tells me about your little scout meetings here at the lighthouse. I stake the place out, no big deal.
Yeah, right. So how long have you been at this half-pint? Who are you talking to about our goings-on?
A couple meetings now. I heard something about Mom Weiss, something about Red Aether, and the well, some kind of device. Secret society stuff. Haven't written the story yet, still connecting the dots. But now I think maybe I'll send off a few photos of this big-time movie star stink bug pretending to be some kind of resistance hero.
Benny, if I may, I'm afraid we cannot allow you to share what you've learned to the public at large. Such knowledge is dangerous business for you and for us. Even the threat of exposure will not stop these people.
Don't talk down to me, Gramps. My press pass is the real deal. My pen is mightier than anyone's sword. And, hey, watch it!
While Benny is spouting off, Cress upends his bag on the table, its contents clattering and scattering to all corners. Nellie and Cress go over every item.
All right, what's here?
There's also a half-open pack of cigars, but no lighter, and a sawed-off baseball bat, the kind taxi drivers keep up their sleeves. How about you, Nellie? Anything interesting? Nellie is peering closely at a photograph, barely developed. Her perfect nails dig into the paper, tearing at the fibers.
Hey, watch it with those!
Look at this! Do you have any idea what this is?
Nellie passes me the photograph. I scrutinize it carefully.
Well, it says 100%. I don't know how you're supposed to fail 100.
I'm no scientist, but I've read the odd article here and there and wandered around Nellie's lab more than once. I think I recognize the device in the picture. Nellie, this looks kind of like that thing you're building in the lab. Some kind of amplifier?
Exactly! It's just what we need! This is an Aether amplifier. Powerful one, too, from the looks of it. It could amplify Daisy's range and power so we can fix the well without needing to go inside it. Excuse me, Benjamin, was it? Where did you see this device?
That thing? I saw it in Nation's Crusade. It was locked away in one of their missions, at the base of a tower. I snuck in after hours and I snapped some photos. Dunno what it is, but it looked important. And it's Benito, doll.
Well, it's simple then, isn't it? We go to Nation's Crusade, explain the situation, and convince the Baron to let us use their amplifier.
The room goes silent, except for the rumble of the island's lifters and the rhythmic spinning of the fan over the table.
What? What am I missing?
Nellie, dear child, what you describe as our ideal solution, yes. But the Baron of Nation's Crusade? She is not always reasonable.
No point in dressing it up. Annie Sullivan Walker believes she's been appointed by God to raise Nation's Crusade to prominence. She can't be reasoned with. We've tried.
They're not wrong. Annie has a way about her. She speaks directly to her people's hearts. They love her for it. They'll do anything for her. She's also the only one with a long-surviving barony out by the well.
What Cress isn't saying is that she's a few lines short of a screenplay. Cress, I know you've been close to them in the past, but these days, Annie's people are fanatical.
About the underground, Annie.
I heard about Annie's takeover of Nation's Crusade a few years back. She's got a reputation as touched, either by God or by madness. Would she be open to negotiation?
Doubtful, but she might be willing. Her mission is committed to helping the needy. She even sends her devotees to provide relief aid to other baronies, though they use that as an excuse to recruit more to their cause.
Those missions are used to spread Annie's propaganda and lure people into her cult, darling. She's worse than a talent agent. Annie's doing her best to raise a massive flock by hook or crook, all in the name of being neighborly, of course.
Hey, Cress, Nation Crusade.
Okay, let's say we head to Nation's Crusade to lay hands on this amplifier. Are we sure it will work with Daisy?
You have a point. We'll need to examine the amplifier in person to make sure it's compatible. And if Benjamin could sneak in, I'm sure we can.
Ha! Don't sell me that cheap, sweetheart. I had to tap some contacts and went through 3 cartons of smokes to get in that far. Also, the Bucketheads have built a bunch of new missions. It's a whole new ballgame.
The kid's right. Annie's been expanding in a big way from what I've heard.
But you know which mission is the right one, don't you, Benny?
Yeah. Yeah, as a matter of fact, I do. And I'll even show it to you. For a price.
Look, kid, you sure it's a good idea throwing your weight around like this? We've gone up against barons before and won. Not much challenge in sending you over the ledge if it comes to it.
Gia, you're not serious.
Aren't I?
Oh boy.
Be a good boy and show us the mission, and we'll throw you a few crumbs. Step out of line, and it's the big adios.
Okay, ma'am. I'm along for the ride. Say, I was hanging on to this little number just in case. Maybe you can use it.
We accept, Benito, but we have conditions. First, keep your mouth shut about the underground. Second, Gia's in charge. Don't question her, just do what she says. Third, you may as well get comfortable. You, Apollo, and I are going to have a long talk about what we can do for one another. Put the camera away.
Aw, nuts.
Okay. Noir Blanc is done. And what do we have here? I'm looking for a red dot. I guess it's going to be that boy. Yeah, here he is, Benny Big Mouth Costello. Okay. Missions. So our next thing is an evening in the garden. And that's Nation's Crusade. That's, I guess, the final spot for the thing. But we just did Noir et Blanc. Alright guys, so this has been an hour and almost 2 hours, an hour and 55 minutes or so. So we're going to end this one here. Hey guys, if you've been enjoying our playthrough and want to stay abreast of everything we're doing on the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Do me a great favor, crush that like button also, and finally, leave me some comments. Let me know what you're playing, what you're looking forward to, or just what's going on with you. Until next time, this is Old Man Alchemist saying stay cool and peace.